Hi guys, we're going to read a new book today that I love. It's called Clementine. The reason why I like this series, oh, can you see it? There it is because it's about a child that has a lot of problems focusing in school. So her mind is always wandering. She gets in trouble a lot for not paying attention. She gets in trouble a lot for doing things before she thinks all the way through them. And she also has problems just focusing, knowing what's going on. So school isn't always her favorite place to be. It's hard for her. But all of that wrapped up into a story of things that we all can relate to. She's a funny little girl, and I think that you're going to like it. So, Clementine. It's written by Sarah, ready for this last name? Pennypacker. That'd be a cool last name. That's not even her pen name. She actually has that as her name. So let's read it. See how she's upside down on the cover? That reminds me of several of you guys. All right, start reading. Ooh, look even at this picture. A bored kid in a chair. Chapter 1. I have not been good this week. Well, Monday, I guess, was a pretty good day, if you don't count the whole hamburger surprise thing at lunch and Margaret's mother coming out to help her, or the stuff that happened in the principal's office when I got sent there to explain why Margaret's hair was not my fault and because she looks okay without it. But I couldn't because Principal Rice was gone, trying to calm down Margaret's mother. Someone should tell you not to answer the phone in the principal's office. I didn't even know that was a rule. Okay, fine. I guess Monday wasn't that good of a day. Which was really a surprise because it started off so lucky. There were two lucky signs. First, there was exactly enough banana slices for my cereal. One for every spoonful. Then, as soon as I got to school, my teacher said the following students are excused from journal writing so they can go into the art room to work on their Welcome to the Future projects. And guess what? I was one of those students. So instead of having to think up things to write in my journal, which I absolutely hate to do, I got to glue and paint and do stuff that I really like. Margaret was in the art room too. And when I sat down next to her, she threw herself across her Princess from the Future mask that she was gluing sparkles onto. And she said, "Remember the rules." And she said it in a really mean voice. Margaret's in the 4th grade, and I'm in 3rd grade. And she thinks that makes her the boss of me. I hate Margaret's rules. "You can't touch my stuff," she said. She always says that. "Why?" I said. I always say why. "Because it's the rule." "Why?" I said. "Because you just can't touch my stuff," she said. And then I pointed out the window, which wasn't exactly lying because I didn't say there was something out there, I just pointed. While Margaret was looking out the window, I accidentally touched her mask. Well, twice. Okay, fine. Then I got busy working on my project, so I wouldn't have to hear any more "Clementine, pay attention." Except I did anyway, which was unfair because each time I was the only person in the whole art room who was paying attention, which is why I could tell everyone right in the middle of the Pledge of Allegiance that the lunchroom lady was sitting in the janitor's car. No one else saw it because everyone else wasn't paying attention out the window. And after that, when it was my turn to pass around the stapler, I could tell everyone that the art teacher's scarf had an egg stain on it that looked, if you squinted, exactly like a pelican. And I don't think one person paid attention to that. "Clementine, you need to pay attention," the art teacher said one more time. Just like the other time, I tried to tell her I was paying attention. More attention than most people was. I was paying attention to Margaret's empty seat. Margaret had been excused to go to the girls' room, and when she left, she had scrunched up eyes, like "don't cry" eyes, and pressed down "don't cry" mouth. And she had been gone for a really long time, even for Margaret, who washes her hands like one finger at a time. "I need to go to the girls' room," I told my teacher. And that's where Margaret was, all right, curled up under the sink with her head on her knees. "Margaret, gross! Why are you sitting on the floor?" Margaret hitched herself over to the side so I could see, and she placed a germ-protective layer of paper towels underneath her. "Still," I said, "what's wrong with you?" Margaret pressed her head down harder into her knees, which were all shiny with tears. She pointed up. Lying on the sink, next to a pair of "do not remove from the art room" scissors, was a chunk of straight brown hair. Uh-oh. Come on, Margaret. I gotta see it. Margaret shook her head. Not coming out until it's grown back. It's awful. Well, I think I see a germ crawling up your dress. Margaret jumped out from under the sink. She looked at herself in the mirror and she began to cry again. I got glue in my hair, she said, and I was just trying to cut out the glue and... Margaret's hair was halfway down her backbone. It was hard not to notice that the whole entire part over her left ear was completely missing. Here's a picture. Maybe if we evened it up a chunk, like cut off the hair by your right ear, it would look better, I suggested. Margaret wiped her eyes dry and nodded. She handed me the scissors, and I cut, and then we looked back in the mirror. It's like bangs, I said. Well, sort of. Except for bangs are usually in your front of hair, not on the sides, Margaret said. And then she took a deep sigh and picked up the scissors and cut off all the hair all over her whole forehead. Now the front of her hair was all chopped off, and the back was as long and straight as ever. Not so good, Margaret said, looking in the mirror. Not so good, I said. We looked at her not so good hair in the mirror for a really, really long time without saying anything, which is really hard for me to do. Then Margaret's bottom lip began to shiver and her eyes filled up with tear balls. She handed the scissors back to me and then she closed her eyes and she turned around. All of it? I asked. All of it, said Margaret. So I did it. She told me to. It's not exactly easy with those little bitty plastic art scissors either, let me tell you. And just as I was finishing, the art teacher came in looking for us. Clementine, she said, what are you doing? And then Margaret went all hysterical, and then the art teacher went all hysterical, and nobody could think of anything to do except for the regular thing, which is send me to the principal's office. While I was sitting there, I drew a picture of Margaret with all her hair chopped off. I made it look really beautiful. I mean, she almost looked like a dandelion. Here's the picture I made. If they had a special class for gifted kids in art, I definitely would be in it. But they don't, which is also unfair. They only have one for math and for English, and I'm not any good at English, but that's fine. This year, I'm going to be gifted in math for sure. And here's the bad surprise. So far, just because you're in a gifted class doesn't mean you get any gifts. I told Principal Rice about that problem when she got back from calming down Margaret's mother. So far, no gifts, I told her extremely politely. Principal Rice rolled her eyes to the ceiling then, like she was looking for something up there. Ceiling snakes, maybe. I don't know. She was just waiting and looking like she wanted one to drip on her. That's what I used to be afraid of when I was little anyway. Every time someone would look at the ceiling, I would think, man, maybe there's snakes up there. Okay, fine. I guess I'm afraid of other things too, like pointy things, but that's all. Oh wait, and boomerangs. I don't like boomerangs. Clementine, are you even paying attention to me? Said Principal Rice. We need to discuss Margaret's hair. What are you doing? I'm helping you look for ceiling snakes, I reminded her. Ceiling snakes? What is a ceiling snake? See what I mean? Me paying attention. Everybody else doesn't pay attention? Only me. And I'm amazed they let someone with this problem be a boss of a whole entire school. All right now, Clementine, Principal Rice said in her I'm trying to be patient, but it's only getting harder voice. Why did you cut off all of Margaret's hair? I was helping, I said. And then I told Principal Rice about how I'd helped. I answered the phone while you were gone too, and I ordered some new school pets, and I told the gym teacher we were never going to play dodgeball again, and then I made 2 appointments for you. The phone kept going dead, so I guess it's busted, but at least I helped you a little bit while I was in here. I like to help people. Well, I thought I was helping her. There's a look they teach a person to make in principal school, and it's not very nice, and that's the look the principal gave me. And that's the end of Chapter 1 of Clementine. Like I said, Clementine's pretty funny, and I like some of the points she made. She's having trouble paying attention to when people are talking to her, but she really pays attention to a lot of other things that are all around her, which is pretty cool too. So Clementine is a cool chick. I think you're really going to like this book too. All right, if you guys have any questions about Chapter Book, you can contact me. Bye-bye for now.